Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for another episode. We're going to run it back with Squirming Emergence. We came very close to the 5 wins yesterday. Let's try and do it today. I'm just going to do another quick primer in case, you're just tuning in for the first time. It's a Reanimator deck. It's built around Squirming Emergence, which means you need to get a bunch of permanents into your graveyard. The deck is all permanents except Squirming Emergence, Bitter Triumph, and Wail. Those are your kind of enabler or Bitter Triumph helps you by discarding a card, which is very important to get these giant things into the graveyard if you draw them. And then Wail of the Forgotten puts cards in your graveyard and is also an excellent utility card later. You can do all the modes very easily once you have 8 permanents in the yard. Archaeologist mills you, Founding mills you, and casts another 2-mana spell. Picklock mills you. Picklock and Archaeologist can also find your Squirming Emergence when they mill it, or some other card like Jace or whatever. You have Cruelty of Gix to reanimate as well, and then you have your big reanimation. Oh, I can't move cards around here, right? Because I've already entered the event. You have Harvester of Misery coming back against aggro to be kind of a weird board wipe. Lumra is a card I'm still testing. I think it's been good so far, but ETBs mills you, then puts all the lands into play, which kind of doesn't work well with Squirming because it pulls all the permanents out of your graveyard, or a lot of them. But it doesn't matter because if you put 12 land into play, you just cast all your stuff. That's the nice thing about this deck. All the big things we have on the top end are castable. We don't have to reanimate them, but it's very common to have a turn 3 Squirming Emergence drop an Atraxa into play, or turn 4. So yeah, deck's very powerful. Got a bunch of stuff in the sideboard, mostly for aggro, Eclipses and Terratides control. We've got T-Rex, Jace, Negate, and Duress. Mid-range is kind of easy peasy. Mid-range and other control decks that are not blue, like Boros control or Domain, stuff like that, we just run them over. My win rate against those decks is almost 100%. So I'm gonna run it back. We're gonna play this deck one more time and see if we can do it. I'll see you in round 1. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 1 of this event. This is an ugly one. This Basic Plains, the one Basic Plains in our deck, always just being really, really awkward. Even just one land, you might think it's not a big deal in your mana base. It absolutely, like, the number of games where I draw it, or it messes with my opening hand. So am I going to keep this Founding? I'm going to keep this. We've got Bitter Triumph to toss the portal. We've got Founding and Fallaji to loot. Hello, the Wizard. Great. Looks like a mono red aggro deck. So let's go get a island first here. I never complain. Sure. Remake Chandelar was awesome. Chandelar is super fun. I would love to see that happen again. I mean, they've tried a bunch of times to make Magic games, and all of them have been bad. I played Duels of the Planeswalker for Duels of the Planeswalkers for Xbox. There was one way back for PlayStation 1 that you would summon creatures and they would like move back and forth across the battlefield, like almost automatic, and you were on one side and your opponent was on the other side, and you were like, it was very basic, like you're summoning giant spiders and casting, giant growths and stuff like that. So let's just kill this guy now, I think. There we go. Founding, Triumph, discard, Slick Shot dies, Portal in the yard. Okay. Need to find a green source. We've got Archaeologist. Cacophony Scamp, sure. Ruckus, time for some Ruckus. Let's see. Yeah. Milling some cards. Let's jam an Archaeologist here. Can we emerge? Oh, pick up a Bitter Triumph. Okay. This guy dies, it deals its power to any target. Sure. Menace. Right. There's our green source. Yeah. Sure. I'll discard a card again. I'm not sure what I'm going to discard here. Maybe an Archaeologist? I have a Founding. Yeah, let's just put a permanent in the yard, right? And now they're going to shoot me. I could also leave a Bitter Triumph here, but I want to get this green source into play, so let's not attack. We don't have we don't have a Squirming Emergence yet, but we have enough permanents in the yard that we can bring back something huge if we do find one. Lumra. Okay, well, I would like to get Lumra going. Maybe I go Founding here. Triumph? Should I kill the Scamp? Kill the Swift Spear here. Okay, no attacks. And let's see if I can find a reanimation spell. Okay, that can die. Jeez, a little unlucky. I'll mill 4 again. Do I hit a Squirming Emergence? Yes, I do. So now Squirming back a portal. Let's just play land. Pass. I can activate Restless Reef and block. I don't need any more lands here. And they can kill this if they like. Oh, get to block? Bonus. Deal. Okay, so what should I bring back here? Probably Atraxa? I think I milled one, right? It's probably just Atraxa. I don't think they can beat that. Lumra's interesting. Yeah, just scoop. Alright, mono red on the play goes down. Let's go to game number 2. Let's see here. So against aggro, we'll bring in the Eclipse, bring in the Terror Tides. Could see Frill back, maybe. Take out Jace. Take out a Wail. At least one Wail. Maybe I take out a bunch of Wails. Cruelty of Gix also not amazing here. Could definitely cut those. I think that's how I'm usually sideboarding. So I'm going up to 6 Wraths plus Harvester's kind of a Wrath. And another, 4, 5, 6 spot removal spells. Like, that's a lot of removal. Plus, we can just race them. Even if I don't cast a single removal spell, I can just Squirming Emergence on turn 3, put an Atraxa into play. And that's almost impossible for them to beat. They're going to have to take, like, I don't know if they bring in a threaten effect. They have to have something like a sideboard card in their hand to win from there, right? I don't know. We'll see. So even though you have a bunch of removal and everything, you could just combo off faster than they can kill you. Okay, I am going to keep this with Double Bitter Triumph. I'm not crazy about this hand, but... Okay, let's ditch this, and we'll get a green, I guess? Okay. Swifty? Oh, they were missing green last game? I see. Slick, pass, Slick Rick. So, Ruiner gets double strike if they control a power of 4 or greater creature, right? Okay, they're just hard casting this? Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's kill Ruiner first. Ditch Atraxa. Big 2. I think I'm gonna do this now. Before they untap with a, hexproof thing. Snakeskin Veil type card. Wail looks at the top 3. Finds me something, hopefully. Take another 1 damage. Portal. Not exactly what I wanted to see here. Crap. I guess I'm taking this. Okay, pass to them. So I've got 5 permanents in the yard now. Gonna be 6. And then if I get 1 more in the yard... Oh yeah. To hit this... Maybe they have hexproof card here. We'll see. Nope. Nice. Nice. I'll take that. And then we take a little damage. They play another scam. Looks like they have 3 spells in hand. They haven't played a land other than the first 2 lands they played here. So all action over there. A little scary. Really hoping I draw a Malicious Affliction. Oh, so close. I took the Cruelty of Gixes out of our deck. That's one way to get an Atraxa with only 6 permanents here, but... If I had a Founding, I could just bring back the Founding here, but I can't even do that. Should I squirm into an Archaeologist here? I think I will. I think I'm going to squirm into Archaeologist. Archaeologist might find me another squirming here. At the very least... Oh, there's a Terror Tide. That'll work. Yeah, at the very least, it'll find maybe a removal spell, or at least fill our yard to the point where the next squirming will do the thing. I block. great. When we Terratide, it's going to give -X, which means... Oh, is that lethal? I don't think so. Yeah. The -X means they say good game. They don't... Oh, this guy is optional sack. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good game. We're not done, though. I don't... Anyway. That's another thing, like, some people... Like, do you shake hands? Now in a post-COVID world, we don't shake hands post-game. I don't know. I still do if the person offers, but the whole good game thing, I think you should say a good game at the end of the match. Not, I know in Magic we play 3 games, but I never GG until the end of the match. Like soccer, I play, you know, any sport I grew up with, we don't say GG at halftime. We don't say GG after the first quarter. We say GG at the end of all of it, right? Like one game in this is 1 quarter or 1/3, I don't know, 1 period. You don't say GG in hockey after the first period, right? I don't know. I don't care. It's not like it bothers me, but I'm always like, oh. Sometimes I don't say GG back because I'm going to sideboarding here. We're not done yet, right? And I feel bad. I'm like, oh shit, that person said GG after game 2. Oh, I gave him the GG there, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me, but it, you know, I get it. It's a match versus a game. Each individual game, good game, but that's just the semantics. That's just Magic wording. Yeah, we play best of 3, but really 1 game of Magic is best of 3. You know, we say match to mean 3 games, but yeah, we could call it, I don't even know. Yeah, I guess each individual game is a separate game, but for me, it's a GG at the end of the match thing. I think I'm going to keep this. Need to find a second black source here, but that's it. Tennis has... Yeah, like, I don't know. Right, okay, tennis is a good example. Yes, that's a perfect example. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so tennis would be an example of a game where these are individual games you're playing, but you don't, like, congratulate... To me, GG is congratulating your opponent on beating you, right? But they haven't beat us. They beat us in 1 set, a Bane. Exactly. Like, it's... So anyway, you can say good game after every game. That is totally fine. You're a really nice person. That's very kind and everything. But I don't. I think it doesn't. I just don't need to do that. All right, let's pass. I've got Harvester up. I've got Bitter Triumph up. I don't have anything too huge to discard to Bitter Triumph here, but oh, they're playing tap lands that deal damage. Dear God. Okay. This is a huge liability. I get that you're trying to do damage. If you're a red-green aggressive deck, learn something from my opponent's deck here. Never play these deserts. Don't play tap lands in your aggro deck with 22 lands in it or whatever. You're not going to be like, I don't know if they could have plotted more here. They could have pumped this guy, but the fact that their land came in tapped means they're just not able to cast spells. They can't cast all their spells. All your spells are so cheap. You should be double spelling on turn 3 and 4 almost, right? With that deck. So I could go Prankster and then leave up Triumph here, but again, I don't have a ton to discard, so I'm actually just going to do this. Dig a little bit. Ah, Founding is fantastic. Yes. Founding will certainly get us to Squirming next turn, right? So I could Picklock here and then Founding next turn, or I could just Founding now and then just get an Atraxa next turn. That's going to be so hard for them to beat. Let's go straight to the mill here. I don't know, you know, I have Bitter Triumph, but I'm not going to cast it. Oh, and I could even flashback. Like, so when this ticks up to Chapter 3, if they dump their hand here, I could just flashback Terratide and wipe them or something. Yeah, there's another tap land. Sure. Yeah, they're going to do a big chunk of damage here, I'm sure. Maybe I should have left up Bitter Triumph. Whoa! They say good game? Now I'm confused. Oh, they've got a fling or something. Okay, well, I guess I should have left up my Squirming Emergence. Oh, I can't say good game anymore. Oh, or my Bitter Triumph there. Whoops. Pretty unlucky. Oh, that's the match. We'll see you in round 2. Whoops, maybe I should pay a little bit more close attention and play it safe. Could have left up my removal spell there, but didn't think they'd actually be able to kill me. Congratulations to them. All right, see you in round 2. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 2. I already punted away the tournament. It kind of makes me just want to drop and start another one, but hey, we'll go 4-1 and get our money back, I guess. I'll try and not make dumb mistakes. I should have just left up the Doomblade last match, but the Bitter Triumph, you know what I mean. Boros! At least we won the die roll. Let's see if we can find a sweeper before they kill us here. Founding's great. We're gonna prank. Mill. Find another prankster. Putting 3 permanents in the yard. Well on our way to a turn 3 Atraxa here. I need a green source off the top to make that happen, but if I mill 4 permanents off this, there's already Atraxa in the yard. I already have Squirming Emergence. Turn 3 Atraxa is impossible for them to beat, so. And there it is. Can I get 4 permanents one time? 4. Just 4. 1, 2. No! 2 whiffs. God damn it. That's annoying. I have Squirming in the yard. I think I'm just going to end step Picklock Prankster here. And then I can just flashback Squirming, bring in Atraxa. Let's pass. They're still not going to be able to probably beat a turn 4 Atraxa here. We'll see. They didn't have the... they're going to have 2 soldiers end step here, but they didn't have the Gleeful Demolition at least on their turn. So they kind of wasted their... yeah, they're going to do this instead. They would have had a much more explosive turn if they had the other thing, but... yeah, and I know they can convoke with all this if I let them untap with it, but I think it's just better to resolve... get an Atraxa in here. They have the case, the white case enchantment that can deal damage equal to the number of creatures they have in play, but that obviously requires a lot more creatures in play for it to kill Atraxa here. So we'll see. Go Calper, what's up? Sorry, let me catch up with you guys. You love it when I judge your gameplay? Bad play, should have played another card. Yeah. Anem Bakal. Oh, look at this. Do I have to kill this? This is gonna make a... Oh, it just went... Oh, I'm auto-passing. Whoops. Okay, whatever. Let them have their dork. Oh, it's just one dude? Okay, never mind then. Anempakal is not a card we see very often in that deck. Oh, hi, Mark. Whew. Never mind. Woo, wee! I can squirm, baby. I'm gonna squirm, and we're not getting Atraxa anymore. Oh, I've got a portal in the yard. I think I'm just gonna go 1 with the multiverse. I've also got a portal in my hand. Oh, off the top? Thank you. Appreciate that. Portal. Okay, maybe portal not the best thing here, but I'll eat half their board, and then I'll bring back Atraxa on my upkeep. I'm at 15 life. I don't think they're gonna be able to beat me here, right? With the 1 with the multiverse, I can bring Atraxa out of the yard off portal. I can cast Squirming Emergence, bring back another portal. Yeah, this is over. Alright. Yeah, those are giant emotes. Yeah, I just got an email saying Twitch subs are going up, which is crazy, where I live in Canada, on mobile. They said mobile Twitch subs are going up to... I don't want your graveyard, honey. Twitch subs are going up to like $10 a sub. It's like doubling in Canada, which is crazy. I'll take a Terror Tide and win the game. Alright. Faster than you, Boros. Faster than you. Terror Tides come in. Cruelty's out. Jace is out. Wail is out. Wail's pretty bad. Could keep the rest. I think it's good. Just bringing in all the removal. Let's run it like this. Yeah, it's going up again in October. I just got an email. It's saying it's going up to $10.49 or something Canadian. So that's like, I don't know, $9 American or something for a sub. That's like almost double, right? So it's a region thing. They changed this a couple of years ago. They said every region's going to have different prices for subs now. And then they just sent an email saying it's going to change again. And yeah, it looks like it's going up. Well, maybe it's just my region. I don't know, but... Yeah, ask other content creators about it. It just came in this morning. They said it's not going to be... customers won't be notified till October. So you'll get an email, I'm sure, if you use Twitch, but yeah. Let's get him. Yeah. Yeah, it's because it's only on mobile. They said iOS and Android users are going to see sub prices go way up. Bullshit, but what are you going to do? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I mean, we've got the Malicious Eclipse here. Founding will eventually do something. Okay. I don't think I want a Founding on turn 2. It's tempting, but... Yep. That's annoying. That guy gets out of Malicious Eclipse range, but... Sure. That's why I need a Terror Tide here. Oh boy. On the play, Boros deck is much better... Wait, what? Oh, it's a blue-white deck? I thought it was... Wait, oh, it's Jeskai. I didn't even see a blue card last game. Yeah, I didn't even realize they're playing Jeskai. I guess this is the new hotness for a lot of these decks, is they play Jeskai now? Weird. I guess Spyglass. People are, saying Spyglass is replacing Voldaire and Epicure, but it's a pretty big cost to put another color in your deck just for that. I don't know. It seems crazy to me, but that doesn't kill your stuff. Yeah, Malicious Affliction just not cutting it here. When you need Path of Peril. There's my awesome mug spilling on me again. This thing is annoying as hell. Maybe these things are made for like Mick Jagger. Maybe Mick Jagger was the model they used for how wide should we make this mouth hole? Oh, people always drink like this. No. It's too wide. Like if I open the top part, even like look at this. This top part slides up, right? If I don't want to tilt it too much. If I have it even like this, it all pours out the sides and goes like around the corner of my mouth. Like my mouth's not big enough, I guess. I don't know. Wow. Some pretty rough draws this game. We lose. Okay. Hoping to mill a Terror Tide there, but no such luck. I think I'm dead this turn, right? I'm not going to get another turn. I thought they played red. Yeah, they played Lethal Demolition. Yeah. So they're Jeskai, right? Yeah, they played Lethal in the last game, too. Yeah. So if you're on mobile, they won't let you watch ad-free if you're already subbed. I don't know how that works. I think your sub would still be good, but the next time it renews, it's probably going to jump in price if you're subbed via mobile. I'm guessing. I don't know. Negates and some other counters. Yeah, seems terrible. I mean, the blue-white deck that used to play negates and the whatever the other one that makes a 1/1. They are fine. Like they're a blue-white tempo deck, so they're playing counter magic. But to splash blue in your white-red deck? That is batshit. That seems insane to me. I can't imagine Jeskai is going to be good enough. It's almost certainly just going to be blue-white or blue-red. The best choice there. Not both. Not in one deck. Sure, we'll run it back. See if we can do what we did in game 1 again. Or just draw a sweeper before they pump all their guys. Or, convoke out the guy. But when they're on the play, it's much harder to sweep them and get everything, right? Now we're on the play in game 3. Not an amazing hand, but got to keep this, I think. Not going to go... Well, we'll see. If they play a 2-drop, then I'll... Well, yeah, we'll see what we do. Maybe I Founding the Bitter Triumph here. If I draw something huge, then I really want a Founding Bitter Triumph, but... right now I don't have anything to discard other than a land, which I guess is okay, but... Well, there's the big thing, but they didn't play a 1-drop, so let's see if we can kill their 2-drop here. They're stuck on 1 mana. Well, that's not good. I'm going to start on 1, and I'm not going to cast anything here, and just pass. And see what they do. Oh, okay. Well, not a great round 2. Sorry, everybody watching. We'll try and get a good round 3. I'll see you there. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for the next round. This is a sketchy hand. Founding is very slow. I think I'm going to mulligan this. This is better. Stitch Wail, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So I've got Prankster on 2. If I draw any big thing, I can Triumph it to the yard. And then hopefully Prankster finds us another Prankster. Oh, there's the big thing to toss. Another Prankster or a... Wail of the Forgotten, something that keeps digging us deeper. We'll see. But everyone should have a bidet. Yeah, I've heard bidets are awesome. Come for the magic, stay for the toilet review. Are there any toilet? There must be toilet review channels on YouTube, right? Like, is there somebody who goes around and like reviews toilets? Most people don't think about it, right? But everybody knows what I'm talking about. That experience of sitting on a toilet that's too high off the ground or too low, or the water level's weird, or the seat's too wide, or I don't know. I feel like, we've all been there. We all know. Why isn't there a toilet review channel that reviews the finest toilets? I promise all of them are going to be in Japan. If you've ever been to Japan, like Jub is saying, you should try a bidet. In Japan, a lot of the toilet seats, and in South Korea as well, they have kind of an attachment that sits on top of the toilet seat, and it's got like a control panel next to it, and you can choose what settings you want for the bidet action that's going to happen after. And really, you can choose like fine mist and like jet, and some of them are like, it's like a fire hose. You can crank it up, and it's wild. We've had fun experimenting with them before, but they're incredible. They're on another level. Japan has the best toilets I've ever seen in the world. They would crush any world championship of toilets tournament that happened. They would just crush it. It would be Japan winning every gold medal for toilets. Could bounce that thing. I'm going to pass here. I want a Bitter Triumph and Atraxa to the yard. If I can find a Cruelty, maybe I should Wail there. I should have probably Wailed. I need to find a 4th land. That was dumb. I Wail for a 4th land, then I Bitter Triumph. Yeah, sure. I just want to get Atraxa in the yard. I don't care about if they resolve Mosswood after this. It doesn't matter. All right, let's see if we can find a land here. Squatting's healthier, yeah. The Asians, yeah. Izukagi, yep. It's absolutely better for you, yeah. Hearing Hall Tossero, knowing they're alive and safe because they pooped. Oh, really? Wow, I've never heard about that. But yeah, you can trace all kinds of stuff in your feces. I mean, that's why doctors, will look at stuff like that. Sure, don't care about the Mosswood. Let's Wail. Okay, I'm probably taking the land here. Man. Brutal mills. Need to mill not a spell, but there's a Terror Tide going to the yard. Pretty annoying. Okay, we're going to mill 4 here. I've got an Atraxa in the yard, so the chances are very high that I slam Atraxa here. They're going to kill the first one, but it doesn't matter. Once I draw a handful of cards, I should be able to keep going off. I've also got another Squirming in hand, so I'm just going to be bringing Atraxa back over and over. It will, Torf. This is all on record. Squirming Emergence. There we go. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this while we play this deck. Squirming Emergence, Damien's Toilet Review Channel. That I like it, but people are gonna get only Magic players will get that reference. But Dutch toilets are weird. Oh, what's up with Dutch toilets? Are they different? I know that like Japan, they all use the bidet thing, and I know in Europe, you go to Europe and they have a bidet, but it's not attached to the toilet. It's like next to the toilet, like a little weird bathtub. I was like, oh, that's a bathtub for washing your dog. Hey guys, look at this. They've got a dog wash bathtub in the bathroom. And people come in, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look at that. It's for washing a puppy, right? Right? And they're all looking at me like, are Canadians all this stupid, or is it just him? It's a bidet. I'm like, for dogs? No, but the bidet is a separate thing. It looks like a little bathtub. I had no idea what it was the first time I saw it. I'm just like, I literally thought it was like, do you wash your feet? Do Europeans wash their feet when they come home? We take our shoes off in Canada. My American friends don't even do that. Every culture is different. So are we washing our feet? What's happening? Am I going to bring back Atraxa here? I guess I should, right? There's no real choice here. It's Atraxa. It's always Atraxa. Ooh. Cruelty's interesting as well here. Damn, 4 good enchantments to choose from. I don't need the one with the multiverse. I think I'm gonna go Cruelty, Bitter Triumph, Wail, and the Untapped Forest so that I can make a land drop and not... I don't have to keep paying life for my... Oh, I made a land drop already. Don't have to keep paying life for my other thing. They're gonna try and Vraska us out, so let's just reset your shit. Great. Great. You can spend a bunch more mana on that if you want. How much did you spend? 4, 5, 6, 7? Shit. And I undid it for 2. Oh no, you were so close to Vraska too. They could have actually killed me last turn with Vraska. Do I take a land? I could just take Lum Lum here. Could jam Lum Lum next turn. Okay. What's up with the Dutch toilet? The flush hole's at the front of the bowl? Huh? Oh, wow. Weird. A reverse flush. Your dog loves to drink from the bidet? Yeah, there you go. I bet he does. My dog's never drank from the toilet or anything like that, but he's pretty good. He doesn't interact with anything that he knows is not his. Like, I could put a steak on the table, on the coffee table, within reach of him, and he won't touch it. He'll look at it, and I'll just go, Neo, no. Like, he knows it's not his treat. It's not his food. It probably smells really good, but he just knows it's not for him, and he won't touch it. I'm lucky. He's just naturally... He knew that. I never trained him to do that. He's just always been like that. It's awesome. But I know other dogs, yeah, drink from the toilet, eat whatever, chew on all kinds of stuff. There's a Liliana, sure. Sure. So I think I could flash back Terror Tide and wipe here. Yeah, they basically got a gas. Maybe I should just Terror Tide so we don't randomly lose to some goofy removal spell or something. Yeah, let's just cast that. The only times I lose with this deck are when I'm being really sloppy, like against that in round 1 against that stupid Boros deck. I should have just won the game. I didn't. Let's play a Picklock to start pressuring Liliana. I could leave up Bitter Triumph, but I don't have to. Next turn we can go Lumra, Ramp, or I don't even know. Cruelty of Gix take their Vraska that I know is sitting in their hand doing nothing because it's bad. Vraska's never been a good planeswalker in Standard. Now, suddenly it does something, but it's still pretty bad when you don't have this thing charged up all the way, right? What you gonna do? Discarding may not be the best option here for you. Let's see. Majority of disease, yeah, gut health, right, GoCalper, yeah. I'm glad you guys know a lot of this stuff. For me, this is like common knowledge, but I talk to people who don't know this kind of stuff still. I don't know what, yeah, they don't, like when I went to Korea, when I was living in South Korea and a lot of Asian countries, poop is like really it's something that's talked about all the like it's shown all the time. Like there are kids books with a giant pile of poop, like a swirl of poop and 2 googly eyes, and this is the main character in the book. He's a poop guy and he shows kids. There's museums that like you crawl through the rectal, like you go in through the anus and you crawl through a tunnel and it's like the intestine, and it's not weird at all there because over there like poop is considered like the consistency of your poop and everything else, and like even the smell can determine whether you're sick or not. And it stems from like, you know, agricultural era of the country when, you know, people were in a village and they shared the showers, they shared the bathrooms and all that stuff. And when there's an illness in the village, everybody needs to know because it could affect the entire village and seriously hurt or kill a lot of people. So people are very like, they're not shy about talking about their medical history. Like in North America, we are very private. It's very private, your medical personal issues and stuff. And I like that. But I grew up like that. You go to other countries. I remember the first school I was teaching at in South Korea, the principal just went, oh, so-and-so. Somebody asked why a teacher wasn't there, this other American girl that was teaching there. And the director of the school just went, oh yeah, she's got this and this disease, so she did it. And everybody's like, oh, wow, I didn't even, okay. And then somebody said, are you sure you should like be saying that to everybody? And he's just like, what do you mean? Why not? Like, people should know. And it's like, no, but you know, where we're from, like medical history is really private and whatever. And it was my first kind of wake up call. Like, wow, this is not at all what I'm used to. Yeah, people have a very different view of that kind of stuff. You see poop all over. Like, there's like restaurants or like a donut shop where all the donuts look like a pile of dog poop, and that's their shtick. Like, it's everywhere over there. Kids books and different things. Like it's not something like here. It's like, ooh, oh, you don't talk about that. You don't blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, but it's important. Like, it's not, yeah, it's gross and it smells bad. Can we grow up? It's important for your health to monitor it. Your doctor will ask you for samples of your stool because it's important. Like, we know it's important, but people are still like, ooh, Puritans, you know, like don't want to talk about anything gross. It's like, what? It's like sex education. We have to talk about that in school and get kids to understand that. We have all the data. Where sex education exists, there's less teen pregnancies. There's less all kinds of issues, STDs and everything else. But Korea is still way behind with that stuff. I know the States, there's certain states that are way behind with that as well. But in Canada, like I learned about, you know, all that stuff in school, and it's can't believe there are people calling for that stuff to not be taught. It's batshit, really. But Korea is really conservative when it comes to sexual stuff, which is ironic. If you've ever seen a K-pop video, it's kind of right in your face. But especially breasts, it's so funny. Like in North America and Europe, legs and buttocks are very like, whoa, that's like super short skirt would be like, whoa, that's super risque. But big, you know, cleavage and stuff like that is not a big deal. In Asia, it's the opposite. I guess because a lot of women have smaller breasts over there typically. Any cleavage or a lot of necklines are very high. If anybody's wearing a very low neckline, that is scandalous. But you can have the shortest hot pants or skirt and nobody bats an eye. And I'm like, wow, that is, I like the girl's doing this on the ad, and I can almost see her butthole. I'm like, what am I looking at here? And people are like, oh, that's not bad at all, because she's got this shirt that like buttons up here, and I'm like, wow, okay, just different strokes. No pun intended. They have no cards in their hand. What am I gonna do here? Should I just bring back Portal? Bring back all kinds of stuff here. Yeah, let's just put. I'll put Portal into play. It's just the best thing. Then I can just kill Lily. Absolutely demolishing the black-green mid-range deck, as is tradition. I just have to keep that thing off the battlefield so they don't get lucky off the top and one-shot us here. So I think I'm going to go Cruelty here. Or actually, you know what? I'm just going to play Atraxa. I have so much mana. Let's just do this. Yeah, scoop it up. Appreciate you. Okay. Frillback can come in to blow up those enchantments. Jace is actually interesting here. It's an easy way to mill them out. I like Tishana's to stop some of this, like the Mosswoods and the Planeswalkers. Liliana's going to come out against me, I imagine, if they have any sense. I don't think I need Harvester. Tidebinder's interesting. I don't know. Maybe I don't need that, I think. They're going to side in some graveyard hate. I'll cut like one portal, maybe. Let's do it like that. All right. Crawl through the rectal cavity. Play mono red. Okay, take it easy. So they couldn't. Oh, they had to level it the turn before. Oh, that's right, Nightling. Okay, I couldn't remember if they had leveled it that turn or the turn before. I didn't pay attention. So I knew it was all the way up there, but they didn't even have the Vraska. It looked like anyway, so it didn't matter. But this is a good hand. Can keep this. YouTube's like, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, these are all interesting things. You go to you assume that you know things are the way they are and everybody thinks like me, and then you go somewhere else and you're like, I'm an idiot. I assumed a lot of things. I took a lot of things for granted, and it's the world is a big place and I'm just in one corner of it. But a lot of people have a very like, you know, self-centered view of the world. I think especially like coming from a country like the States, right? I mean, it makes sense. They were the only industrial country left standing after World War II. So and you know became a world superpower, etc., etc. And so I think a lot of people have this idea that like, yeah, the way we do things in North America or maybe in Europe or whatever is right or wrong. Asia has the same thing, or you know other places, Africa, South America. But then you get out of you travel around and you realize, oh, we all do these things differently or have different ideas about this stuff. And some of these ideas are better than the ones we have back home. Like that makes a lot more sense to me than the way we do it back home. Other things, I'm like, holy shit, that is crazy. You should not do it that way. Do it like this other country does. It's so much better, you know? Like, but nobody, because you have to get out to see that. Most people never leave their, you know, hometown or whatever. Do I keep this on top? I only have one green source here. I think I'm gonna mill this. Most people just never get out enough. That really is the cure for bigotry or any kind of, you know, yeah, racism and everything. All the stereotype. Like anytime people stereotype or act bigoted to each other, it's just because they've never interacted with people who they are being bigoted against. Like put a bunch of people together from different religions, different, you know, races and different sexual orientations and everything else, and they will all see that they are similar. They are all like each other, no matter how different they might seem initially. They all want the same things, you know? Peace, stability. I want to enjoy the things I enjoy. I don't want to hurt other people. I don't hate other people. They just don't understand other people, you know? They just have no exposure to people not like them, and that's what breeds ignorance and racism and hatred and all that other stuff. What should I jam here? This is close. I have a third land drop. I think I'm just going to jam the Picklock here. There's an emergence. Ugh. Not enough permanence here. I think I'm going to take emergence, though. We're going to mill 4 off this founding, and that might be enough to slam an Atraxa. We mill, 4 permanents, and one of them's Atraxa. We've got a turn 3 Atraxa here, so that's pretty good. I could have killed this guy or bounced him or whatever with Wail. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. Let them have 1 card. I might just draw 7. And mill. 3 permanents. Not quite enough. Okay. I can play this. Okay. So now I can bring back the Cruelty. Cruelty brings back something huge. I still don't have a huge thing to bring back is the problem. Wail fully powered up is amazing, though. I can go Foundry into Wail, find my land, play a Picklock Prankster as well that turn. This Founding actually is going to flash back the Wail in my yard. That's even better. Yeah, I'm just going to flash that back, I think. Bounce the Bronco, make them discard a card, yada yada. Yep, they play this. Too slow, homie. You get to draw a card. I lose life. Oh. I lose 0. Okay, we find a land. Let's go Wail here. Do all the things. Bounce. I found a land, but it comes in tapped. I would like to find an untapped land here. Wail fully powered up is such a huge tempo swing. It's and card advantage, and just like for 2 mana, all the value I'm getting off this, like if I play 2 here, it's almost too much. Like if I bounce their Dread Knight as well here. Shit, no land. Okay, so I can't play another spell this turn. That's unfortunate. Putting Portal in the yard might bring that back next turn. We'll see. Go nuts. Feels pretty good. Maybe I save the Wail in case they have another one of those enchantments. I need to save it for that. I also have a Frillback in the yard I could just bring back, but I don't have another green. Yeah, I need to find another green mana here before I can bring Frillback back and, kick it and blow something up. Needed a good laugh, didn't they, be about poop? Yeah, I like talking about this stuff once in a while. We have silly conversations. I think it's totally fine. We don't talk about, bathroom humor all day, every stream or anything. It's fine. Who has people who bag and keep his poop? Are you seriously in a hammock? No way. I've never heard that before, but part of me is not surprised. I mean, because he was so, there were rumors that he was very sick, right? And had some kind of cancer or something else. I mean, he's still around, so maybe not, but there she is. Vraska. Give me treasure. I'm in. Wow. Deal. That guy wasn't doing anything. Okay. I mean, good God, dude. Are we done here? I can ruin them. I can completely ruin them. Let's go Founding into Wail. I shouldn't have played my land. That was dumb. But it's Wail. Mill 3. Still no Atraxas, but I have a Cruelty. I could bring back Cruelty and start with a Thoughtseize on them. I'll take another Squirming here. Could bring back a Portal as well. Portal's pretty insane. I think I'm going to go Cruelty for now, though. I want to take a look at my opponent's hand and see what's up. Maybe take that Vraska. Oh, did they discard it? Oh, they have another one. Yoink. Okay. Good luck. They can fire up the Restless Cottage and eat one of my things. I have a Portal. It's the only big thing in my yard, so they're very incentivized to fire up that cottage. They go for Mosswood instead. Okay. You got it. Okay. I do have a lot of lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could just jam Lumra if I find an untapped land here, but we're going to mill ourselves with Founding. I'm probably going to Squirming back something huge. Actually, I can just bring a Portal into play here. There's an Atraxa. So let's tutor first. I guess I'm gonna get a Frillback just in case. Don't really need it, but Portal? Picklock. I don't have a huge thing to bring back in my yard, so I guess I'm going to get back one of these creeps. I'm bringing back 2 things here. I'm bringing back something with cruelty and then flashing something back so I can squirming. Could stop on my upkeep and... No, I can't do anything. Okay. Haven't found a Bitter Triumph to discard anything yet. But if I get Lumra into play, like if I find an untapped green source here, I can bring back all my lands. Then I can just hardcast whatever I want, right? 24 cards in my deck still. I gave them a target. They got me. Broncos. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna kick it. These guys in the graveyard right now? No, they're on an adventure, right? Gain 4? Oh, could have put Lumra into play. Could Wail. Squirming. I could Squirming back a Foundry. Or a Founding, I mean. Can't do anything with Chapter 1, though. Just do this. Guess I'll get one of these. Man, I can't believe I didn't mill an Atraxa there. That sucks. I could have done that in the reverse order, I suppose, but... Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back from that. That's green-black mid-range. That's how those games end, in typical fashion. They just don't have the power level that we have in our deck. We're just getting to 7 drops way too quickly for them. So, we get them. Let's see you in the next round. I think it's round number 4. See you there. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 4. We have one more after this, I believe. This is not a great hand. Terror Tide, and I'm on the draw. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Okay, I'm going to put a land on the bottom. Putting a fast land on the bottom here, because if I draw another fast land, then it's just a come into play tapped land, and that's bad. I just need 3 lands, so it's okay. Oh, turn 1 duress. If this is mono black, they're in deep trouble. I don't think mono black could ever beat... Like, the mono black discard deck is doing exactly what we're already trying to do. Put permanents in my yard. They don't know what to take. Yeah, that's 1 permanent. Okay. Tiny bones. All right. Prague is awesome. Yeah. The Czech Republic was really cool. Prague was awesome. I legit loved Prague. My wife did too. We both thought it was really beautiful, really nice city. They've got the old part of Prague, which is like medieval style, like old, like the old bridge going over to that old town. And then there's like newer parts, but even like the more modern like apartments and stuff, they're all painted like yellow and pink and blue and red. Like they're really brightly colored buildings and stuff. Just really, really nice. There's some cities in Greece like that. Greece has a couple of places that are like really colorful and really nice. I love that, but yeah. You know what? There's so many places to go, like Wolf or Dark Wolf was asking about. I think it's almost better to say where shouldn't you go? Where are some places, like obviously anywhere that's war torn I wouldn't go to. I haven't traveled to a country. Oh, I guess I can't even say that. I don't know if Malaysia is kind of, and Indonesia is kind of a religious country, but I'm never going to a country that is run by religion, where religion dictates what the laws are and what all, like, so any, like, you know, Muslim country or any, that's it really. Like there's most countries where, you know, I'm trying to think about the religions, like Buddhism has no effect. The laws are not made with Buddhism, you know, taking into consideration Buddhism, or Christianity. Most countries are not, their laws aren't based on Christianity, or at least they're not supposed to be. But so it's mostly just Muslim countries. Like I've never gone to like Saudi Arabia or Iran or the UAE or any places like that, Yemen. I would like to go to Iran. I used to be buddies with a photographer from Iran who I met and hung out with in Korea, and he was like, dude, you should come to Iran. It's beautiful, it's great, but you know, the people, like the culture, the government, the people, the people on the street are great probably, but the laws and everything, like what I wouldn't want to go there with my wife, you know. Opponent's still stuck on one land here. So yeah, it's there's some places like Egypt is supposed to be really bad. Egypt is straight up like not, it's not about religion, but everybody's so corrupt there that like you're gonna get robbed. The police are gonna rob you basically. Like they'll just be like, you have to pay this. They'll make up bullshit fines, and you know, countries like that like you should stay away from. There's some places in South America that are probably a little too risque, but there's a lot of other places that are pretty awesome. Yeah, everywhere else is going to be great. So just stay away from the like problem areas where there's either war and conflict or really authoritarian governments. Like you probably don't want to be taking a trip to North Korea anytime soon. But are they going to cast Founding? Are you joking right now? Instant or sorcery? You're going to guys go for the throat on your pickpocket? Why would they cast this out of my yard? That's crazy to me. Anyway. Berlin was nice. I've been to Berlin. I know you're joking, Torf, but terrorist attack? Sure, yeah, terrorist attacks I'm not worried about. Those are not something anybody should ever be worried about. Unless you're going to, like, Israel or something right now, and they're in a war with literal terrorists. But if you go anywhere else, like, terrorist attacks are so few and far between. You don't ever... that's not something... But crime is definitely something that people worry about. For me, it's like pickpockets and stuff like that. Like, I'm not worried about getting murdered, for God's sakes, or getting abducted. I've been in countries where there's piracy, like legit pirates. We were doing a scuba dive trip one time in Borneo, off the coast of Borneo in Southeast Asia, and there you're on a boat. You're driving about an hour, 45 minutes out to the dive spot, and you're going past these tiny little islands. They're all uninhabited. Some of them have native people living on them who are like they've never left the island. They don't have passports or birth certificates or anything, so they just live there. They're like the Bajau. They're called Bajau people. But then every once in a while you'll see a bunch of sandbags and a guy with a giant machine gun on a tiny little spit of sand in the middle of the water. He's just sitting there. And we're driving by and I'm like, what is that? I'm like, they actually man these outposts like in the middle of the nowhere? Like, what is up with that? And the boat driver goes, oh yeah, that's for pirates. Like rich European tourists will get abducted off their boat sometimes and ransomed and whatever. And I'm like, wow, really? Holy shit. I'm like, there's legit pirates. I did not even think that was a thing anymore, but holy crap, pirates. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, sure. I was hoping to hit a little bit better than that. Let's pass. We're going to be crueltying next turn, so I want to mill with Prankster here and fill my yard. Hopefully hit something huge on their end step. They get to cast an instant or sorcery from their graveyard for free. It doesn't matter what they cast here. It's going to be Duress, I guess. But yeah, pirates. And I was just like, holy shit. So that kind of safety, you know? But they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We're close to the land. And that's why you see the, like, it just takes one dude with on a mounted machine gun in a little island. The pirates don't come around here. They'll be up further away. And I was just like, wow. But the whole idea that this was a thing that they had to, like, there was military, like, I guess the Indonesian military had little like bunkers on some of these little islands. It's just one dude. It's like the size of my room here, like a tiny little, you know, 10 square feet little area with just sandbags around the edge, a little canopy for shade because it's super hot, and this guy's just sitting there like it was crazy. But South Africa, I've heard there's a lot of issues. Yeah, South Africa is going through a lot of shit right now. Yeah, hopefully that gets better. But interview from Bam Margera on his trip to North Korea. Yeah, you could do it. I mean, people do go. It's very expensive and it's almost not worth it because it's like a show they're putting on for you, right? Everybody's heard about going to North Korea, right? Like they take you through a very scripted kind of area and you're not allowed. It's like going on a ride at Disney. You can't just get off the ride and go behind the door that says employees only, right? So it's weird, but why is the fire secure? How you doing, King Case? If you removed every capital city in Europe from the respective country, the country's GDP would fall, except for Germany. Really? If Berlin was removed, if the capital city was removed, really? That's bizarre. Why would that be? That's got to be some weird... I don't know why that would be, but interesting. Economic dump. Oh, interesting. What do you mean economic dump? So everything's too expensive and nobody can afford to live there? Or do you mean like there is no work? Like the high unemployment or something? You're the captain now, Dark Wolf. Yeah. Butt pirates? Butt pirates. What exactly is a butt pirate? I don't know what you're talking about. Did I mill an Atraxa? God damn it. All I have is your crappy preacher to get back? Where are all my big hitters here? I don't want a preacher. Preachers are lame. I mean, I could squirm back a cruelty here. I could just cast a cruelty. I want to put something in the yard so that I can wail. Let's go Bitter Triumph. I'm gonna kill Tiny Bones. Discard Cruelty. That gets us up to 8 for the Wail. Now I can go Wail, bounce Fallaji to my hand, and then they discard a card. I draw a card and mill 2, hopefully an Atraxa or something huge here. Oh my god. Well, we got a portal in the yard at least. Jace, I probably don't need... What do they? They have Go for the Throats. They can't even kill Jace. Maybe I should just take Jace here. Sure. I can just deck them. They have 40 cards. Jace, Squirming. That's 45 right there, right? Okay. Talent. I'm gonna make some life-linking vampires. I think I can ditch this guy. Kill your preacher. Sure. Lum. Let's do Lum here. That'll fill our yard. There we go. Atraxa's in the yard. Get all our lands back. Sure, I'll keep the Terror Tide on top. Lum dies to Go for the Throat. Doesn't really matter. It did its job. Now I can hardcast anything I draw. Bring back Portal here. Bring back Cruelty. Sure. I think I'm just gonna kill them with Jace now.
Finish him.
Time to die. Yep. 45 cards. I can take. Just don't want the auto tapper to F me here. Oop. Oh, Jace. You are magical. They say nice. Thanks. Good game. I couldn't click on it. The stupid emote came up. My bad. Would have said good game, but don't know why. Okay, anyway. Jace is great. Yeah, Jace just ends the game out of nowhere. You don't need to grind them, because a lot of decks are, they're packing a bunch of Go for the Throats and stuff. Atraxa is great, just putting all the action in your hand, letting you discard some big stuff, sure. But I never kill them with Atraxa beats. Very rarely, like 1 out of 10 matches. Vast majority of my wins are just Jace mill you out. That just ends it immediately. No more draws for you, no more chance to interact, just you're dead. That's it. Even if you put them to just 3 cards in library, it's just the same as winning. They get a couple more turns maybe, but a lot of times you can just end it with Jace without any of the other nonsense. You don't need anything else. They're doing rotten mouth things. Sure. Yeah, so they have to pray that their discard hits my reanimation stuff and whatever, but even then, I've got Founding. Like, you've got so many ways to reanimate. The discard is really bad against my deck because, of course, I get to discard big things. So they're probably going to take out Liliana's. They'll take out... well, I don't know. They might rely on creatures to try and kill us here. I think I'm gonna take out Jace. I don't know if I need him. They played Caustic Bronco, but that was like the only target and a bat. I don't give a shit about Tiny Bones. Wow, they didn't even have Bronco. That was the green-black deck. I think I'm gonna take out Harvester of Misery. Frillback is interesting. Blowing up their enchantments and stuff. I could play Duress Negate to deal with some of that. I'm going to try a couple Frillback here. Maybe I'll lose one Portal. Let's try that. We'll try 2 Frillback. Alright. The Saarland. Berlin is just sad. Nice. My state is in a financial gutter with no end in sight. Sorry, Bash brother. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, you know what? Things get better, but you gotta make an effort to try and vote for the person who's actually trying to make things better. And making things better means, yeah, fixing some of the waste that happens in a lot of Western politics, North America and Europe. There's so much waste, wasted money, and corruption and graft and all this kind of stuff. But definitely don't vote for people who are just, their whole platform is hating other people or blaming other, you know, minorities or you name it for the decline. Everybody wants to point at the reason that, like, you know, Western civilization's in decline without actually saying it's because of stagnating wages and, you know, unaffordable homes. That's why birth rates and all this other stuff is declining. It has nothing to do with LGBTQ things or transgender. Like, people who try and pin it on that are complete grifters. Do not listen to idiots like that. They don't know shit. Don't believe that garbage. That is not what's causing a lot of our problems. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out one way or another. It's going to be painful before it gets better, but growing pains, right? Anyway. Let's play some Magic. Sure. Take a Fallaji Archaeologist. Need a black source here. It's weird that I have 4 of my 6 basics in my hand. But not much I can really... I think I'm still keeping this. As long as I have an island, it doesn't really matter, right? Sure. Deal. Nice. Archaeologist. Okay, pick up a Wail. Not bad. Sure. The Wail. This card's not very good. Not very good against me. It doesn't matter. Could ditch the island here, but I'm actually going to ditch Forest. Another Darkslick. Should have ditched the island, I guess. Pass. All these discard spells are 1 for 1, so every time they play one of these and I discard a card, they've used a card as well, right? So they're never trading up on any of this stuff. I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget. Like, people hate having their hand Duressed and Hopeless Nightmare. Like, people get really upset when they play against these mono-black discard decks, but you have to maintain some perspective. Remember, these decks are not ever... They have to grind you out with this tiny little incremental advantage with their other stuff, because all these discard effects are 1 for 1. They're never pulling ahead with any of this stuff. They might make your hand go down to 1 card, but then they have 1 card because they've discarded their whole hand to make you discard yours. You know what I mean? So if you're in a top deck war when both of your hands are empty and you're playing a deck like this, you are almost always going to have better draws than them, because now that my hand is almost empty, every Duress, every Dreams of Steel and Oil, every Hopeless Nightmare they draw doesn't do anything anymore, right? Meanwhile, every card in my deck does something crazy. Wow, did I not get a spell there? Holy cow. Did not find a spell. I discarded my other green source. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, I don't have any action here, but neither do they. We're both essentially top deck mode now. And if I hit any Squirming Emergence or anything, this game's just over, right? Oh, come on. Getting a little unlucky. Any of the cards that dig, Founding, Fallaji #2, Picklock, Wail. Lots of the stuff I could find here. Cruelty, my other Cruelty. I know I have one in the yard, but there's still one in my deck. Any of that. They kept in Liliana against me. Oh my god, you are nuts. My opponent should definitely not be playing this against me post-board. That's crazy. Because Liliana gives me the choice what I discard usually, right? So, again, here's Liliana doing nothing now because I just have a basic land that doesn't really matter. She can make me lose a Fallaji Archaeologist, I guess, but then I just kill her with Picklock. They are gonna do it. Wow. Crazy. Take 3. Take another 2 from that. Just need to find a huge thing. So, luck of the draw here. Again, I have way more hits. Hopefully I find one, but no blocks. This can't really cast anything. So, let's see. Do I have a duress in my yard or whatever? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can't cast the portal. Wail. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's end Lily here. Wail is pretty good. What do I bounce, though? I could bounce Preacher. Could just bounce the Bandit's Talent. I think I'm gonna bounce Preacher. How many cards do I need? 1? 1 or fewer. Oh, okay. Cruelty? Sure. End the turn. They discarded the Preacher. Interesting. So we have Cruelty into Lumra, maybe? What do I have in my yard? I have Atraxa. Okay. Block. What else you got? What else do you have, friendo? Rotten Mouth Viper. Sure. That what they hung on to there? So I'm gonna take 4 then, I guess. Am I gonna... I'll just discard planes, right? So what happens here? If I put Atraxa into play, sure. They did all the sacrificing, yada yada. I think I can ditch this. Sure. Ooh. Could find a Squirming Emergence here. Yeah, if I Cruelty back Atraxa, and then I only have 1 land, I won't be able to Bitter Triumph that snake. But I can discard this? I'll have a bunch of cards to discard, right? I guess it's just Cruelty. We'll see if we can beat him with Atraxa here. They need to either have a hard removal spell or yeah, a way to make me discard. But even then, I'm gonna have so many creatures here. I don't think it's gonna matter. I'm actually going to take Picklock here, I think. Okay. Let's see if they can kill me. They need to be able to kill Atraxa. They've only top-decked 2 cards here. So if they hit at least 1 land, they've only got 4 swamps. So hopefully they hit a land here. Creatures. Okay. Attack me? Deal. Let's discard Picklock. And Picklock? Who's 0 life? Eat you. Gain 7. I win. Okay. I could have gone Founding there instead. Nice. I like that. It's Founding into Bitter Triumph. I'll pay 3. I'm at 19 now. Go. Good game. All right. And on to the last match. Mono Black goes down. Nice. I think we're 3-1. Let's see if we can get the 4-1. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for the last round. We're 3-1. Let's see if we can get them here. We are on the play. I have a surveil land. I like Terror Tide because it catches us back up. Obviously, this is a very slow hand, but might be able to keep this. I think I'm going to try it anyway. This could be a mistake. Let's surveil on turn 1. Yeah, get that in the yard. Get the permanent train rolling. I've also got Fabled Passage here to put another permanent in the yard, so we're getting close to either Terror Tiding everything away very quickly, or randomly drawing a Squirming Emergence and being A-okay. I'm gonna leave that in the yard. I could take the Cruelty out, but this could be Domain, in which case they are very disadvantaged against us. So I like that. Pass. This guy's got power now, so I get to attack. Domain should be an easy match for us. Our record against Domain is almost 100% win rate. I think the only matches I've actually lost are because I punted. But let's go get a white source here, I think. I don't need another green, do I? Oh, did I mill my white source? Oh, I already milled it. Oops. Okay. My bad. Okay, guess I jammed this thing. Drawing both of our main deck Terror Tides, a little awkward here. I mean, I had the first one in my opening hand, then I draw the second. Not ideal, but... back into Paper Magic? Nice. Paper Magic's expensive, I know. Well, you know what, Holoprince, I mentioned this to another person as well. You should talk to your LGS owner. If you're a regular, or if you have any kind of rapport with the owner of the LGS, ask them. Just sit down and say, hey, you know what would be a great idea? I heard some other places do this, or somebody online, I don't know, tell them whatever, where you heard of it, but just say, like, what about having shop decks? What about, they have a massive singles collection, right? They could easily build a bunch of decks for standard. They could build some shop decks, and that way you come to play, it's $5 to play FNM if you bring your own deck, it's $10 if you want to rent a shop deck. People would still do it. People would play or $8 or whatever you decide. Like, just let them rent the shop decks, keep the shop decks up to date, make sure they're good decks, and then do it that way. That's so much better. And then you don't have to spend $300 on a deck. You can just grind with your shop deck. You'll pay a little bit extra, but if you earn enough store credit, you'll eventually be able to buy your deck for hopefully cheaper, right? I could sweep here, but let's let them herd migration first, right? We're going to go Lumra next turn, and then I can just slam Portal out of my hand. I'll block. That could be a way to get into it, Holoprince. Convince your store to work with the players like that. They might be able to do that. I know when I was in Seoul, we asked all the shops to do this, and all of them were like, that's a great idea. All of the shops had 4 or 5 decks. They always, every other week, they would update them and take one card out, tweak them a little bit, just based on MTG top 8 results or whatever, it's not even anything huge. I'm at 12. Yeah, let's Terror Tide here. I'm even gonna Wail the max. Set him back a little bit. Yeah, put lands in the yard because Lumber's gonna bring them all back, right? Oh, you like ramping?
Oh, you want to see me ramp, huh? Watch this, friendo.
Watch me ramp all of the lands into play here. My opponent's going to be Big Sag. Lum. Squirming. Okay. How about 16 lands? You like that? That's how you ramp. Sunfall my Lumra. Deal. This is gonna be bad news for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have a basic, so I'm gonna fetch with Fable here. We've still got 7 permanents in the yard. Didn't need to draw land there, though. Did not need to draw land. I'm less than 30% to hit land here now. Atraxa. Probably just gonna Jace them to death, I think. Founding. I could just grab another Atraxa here, probably. Squirms, Jace. I guess I'll take a Fable. Jace? Oh, wait. All of the cards, please. 42? I think we can do that. Maybe not this turn, but soon. Soon. Should probably just scoop now. You know what's coming. You know what's coming, though, right? No? Still no? Okay. They want me to do it? Fine. Maybe they... I'm not going to kink shame. Maybe they're into it. Maybe they like getting milled. I don't know. It's consensual. I'm happy to mill them if that's what they like. Yeah. Get a basic out of your deck before I mill them all. Founding. Let's mill you. Great. All right. 6 cards in the deck. That should be it. And Domain goes down in game 1. Let's go to post board. They're going to have Tranquil Frillbacks to eat my my stuff here. To eat my graveyard. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, just a basic Domain deck. They're playing the Cornucopias, but all they have is Leyline. I don't see Niv Mizzet or anything else. Temporary Lockdown, Sunfall, Get Lost, Archangels. The usual. Temp Lockdown, eat my Founding. Okay, okay. Oops. Top decked it. Could have Atraxa and found it as well, but, you know. Might as well just do this. Jace. Thanks for... I get to see their whole deck. Okay. Pass. So yeah, pretty basic Domain deck. All the usual suspects. They're not going to keep in temporary lockdowns against me. Leyline stay in. They probably have to keep in Sunfalls. Lightning Helix might go because they don't have any targets for that except Jace. I mean, killing a prankster or whatever, who cares, right? Jace comes in, Tidebinder comes in, Frillback is very good here. I could even see T-Rex being good. Harvester comes out. Terrortide's still not bad to clean up a herd migration. The only times I've ever lost a game to Domain is when they have a very quick herd migration and we didn't find a Wrath. So I'm kind of tempted to keep this in there. Archaeologist can bounce. Wail is not amazing here. I think I'm going to cut 1 Wail. Cruelty is probably still good. Lumra. Cut like a portal. Maybe I'll cut 1 portal. And negate, you know, duress. Yeah, you can nab a herd migration, but really the threats are creature-based, right? So I'm just going to not side that stuff in, but... Herd Atraxa is in consideration of getting banned? Maybe. Yeah, Knight Errant of Eos. Yeah, I think Knight Errant is very powerful and to the point where it's almost certainly too good for standard. Like, there's going to be a deck that's so explosive and powerful that, I mean, it's one of the reasons the Boros deck can kill you on turn 3. I could see Knight going. Atraxa is almost too good for standard as well. Like, it is such an insane reanimation target, I feel like. But you know, I love that it allows these decks to exist. Like, it allows ramp to be like Domain ramp is really good. Like, finding that, you know, that playing that big Atraxa. Breach the Multiverse combo. Squirming Emergence. Like, I don't think any of these decks would exist without Atraxa. So, yeah, I know it sucks to lose to Atraxa, but I think Atraxa opens up so many more decks and ways of building decks in Standard that it should stay in Standard. If you cut it, it cuts away a lot of those kinds of decks. And I mean, if Atraxa, if Breach combo or Squirming Emergence was the best deck in Standard by a mile, then I could see banning Atraxa. But the reality is, none of the decks that play Atraxa are dominating Standard. You know what I mean? Like, the herd migration, the Domain deck, you could argue that the reason that deck is so good is because of Leyline binding and cards like herd migration and that stuff, not necessarily Atraxa, right? But that deck was, you know, 20% of the metagame at one point, but it very quickly got reined in. So I don't think you should ban anything in Standard. I don't think anything is worth banning here right now. I'm going to keep this, give it a shot. But I know that people don't like Atraxa. Of course, it's one of the most powerful cards ever printed. Like, it's one of the best reanimation targets ever printed. Right up there with, you know, Herald of Anguish or whatever. Oh, man. I'm going to keep that. So I could understand, you know, getting rid of it, but in Standard, it's not quite as broken as, you know, Legacy Reanimator, or there's other Reanimator decks that are even more ridiculous. in those formats, like Atraxa is even more busted. This is still crazy though. Turn 3 Atraxa in standard. Like I'm doing that, 30% of the time with this deck. That's crazy. That is almost too good. Okay, let's pass. I'm going to Picklock here. I could Wail, but I never usually Wail if I already have a land drop. Wail is to find lands. Picklock and Fallaji Archaeologist do not find lands. So, you know what? I'm going to actually let this resolve just in case they have a duress here. Okay, let's wait till end step. Yeah. Squirming in hand. Lots of permanents in the yard. I like that. Okay. I think I'm going to Jace here. And mill ourselves. 3 permanents. Good. Fabled Passage, that's a turn 4 Atraxa here. And that should be pretty damn good. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat that turn 4 Atraxa. So Atraxa is very good, but again, you take it out of the format, and I think the format is worse because of it. Like, for everybody. Like, there's just less decks that are possible. I think that's a bad thing. Net bad thing, right? Fabled Passage gives me 7 permanents here. They have a blue mana. They might negate this Squirming Emergence. I have 2 green. Blue. I have black, green in hand. I'm gonna try this. Let's see if they have a negate here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're not gonna have a ton of those. We're gonna find more. We are gonna find more Squirmings. Or a Founding of the Third Path to recast Squirming here. Yep, eat the Jace. We'll get a Frill back to blow that up and get our Jace back at some point. Speak of the devil. Yeah, I am just gonna play this kicked, I think. Jazzy J. Could just deck them, but I think I'm gonna do this instead. Okay. So this is bouncing all the things. I can minus Jace again, and then I can bounce my own Jace and reset it. Wail is so flexible. You can bounce any permanent, even your own. Oftentimes you'll bounce a Founding of the Third Path over and over. Like bounce Founding, mill them for 4, then, bounce Founding, play Founding again, Founding cast Wail again out of the yard. Like, just keep doing that kind of stuff. Another Binding, okay. So be it. 2 cards left. We're running out of action. Well, that's probably an Atraxa there. I should just do that now, right? I guess I could take my time. Let's go Founding. I want to see if this resolves first. Yeah, let's just do this in Wail. I think this is probably better. Oh! No, they can't ley line in the middle of me resolving this, right? I don't need Lumra. Okay, now we mill before they get priority. Just mill you for the max here. Oh, last card Tidebinder, you lucksack. Sure. Jace is going to come back 4 more times. It's going to be okay, but wow, that was a lucky draw. They stopped me from milling with Jace there. Let's play untapped land here. And then I can go Founding, Bitter Triumph, discard a card. Don't need that. Picklock, pass. They've got Leyline Binding. We've got double Founding the Third Path. I'm going to mill them for 8. And then I'm going to Squirming Emergence. Bring back Jace. Maybe get Atraxa? Maybe I'll bring back Atraxa this time. They could Leyline Binding one of these. That's something. And they're looking at my graveyard. I can just cast the Wail again and bounce the Leyline, get the Jace back, or get the Founding, reset the Founding or whatever. Yep. Don't need to do anything on our side here. Punch them in the face. Tranquil Frillbrack's kind of what I expected. That's their graveyard hate. They bring in negates. So, I'm going to cast Wail and Squirming, I think. Oh, they're going to bind here. Okay. They want to stop foundings. They should have probably bound one of them already, but... Doki. Terror Tide. Let's go for the Squirm here. And let's just bring back Atraxa. Does that resolve? They might have top decked another negate. Very lucky. They have no card draw at all, so they're just raw dogging these off the top. Pretty lucky, but that's okay. They needed to draw very well, and they are, but we'll just keep drawing ways to bring back Atraxa. Okay. No creature lands here, unfortunately. I think I'm going to sandbag the Darkslick. No, I'm going to play it. I might draw the... oh, no, Portal's in the yard, right? No? That was last game. I might draw a Portal. And then I can just hardcast Portal and bring back Atraxa with that on the next upkeep, right? So let's see if they do it. Man, the one loss we took this run was me punting against that very first deck where I should have just left up Doomblade. I think this was an easy 5-0, but... Oh, they're going to draw. Yeah, nice. Exactly 20. Very lucky. Very lucky. Okay. Gotta do better than that, though. Oh, and look at that mill. God, are they ever lucky. I had Atraxa on the top. Oh, there's another Atraxa. We play 4. Boom. And we're right back in it. Founding. Triumph. Land. Jace. Squirm. Let's go... Actually, I could just Squirming back a Jace right now, deck them. Yeah, let's just do that, right? That'll be lethal next turn. This is how you use Jace. That's how you do it. Leave them with 18. They've got to deal with Atraxa and the Jace in my hand and the Founding that brings back a Jace. Going to be pretty tough for me to lose, I think. I have 20 cards. They could have another Jace. If they have multiple Jaces, then maybe I could lose, but that's it. Could have wailed Frillback. Oh, to rebuy Frillback. I like that link spit. Yeah, that's another tricky way to use Wail. Exactly. I didn't even think about that line. That's another way to do it. I don't know what's best there. I would have to go back to that spot. I should have thought about that. You're right. Yeah, rebuying your Frillbacks, rebuying your Founding, rebuying Jace. You can always do a lot of this stuff. I think we win. Sure. They got very lucky here. They did draw 3 cards. This was less lucky than before when they were just drawing off the top, but I don't think it matters. Let's go to 3. Squirm. Jace. Now they can't minus their Jace or they'll draw 3 and die. They have 1 card in deck. That's their last one. That's a GG. Man, could have had an easy 5-0 here. None of these matches were losable, I think. The only way we could have lost that first match was me not being very careful. That's exactly what happened, and I died. Sucks. But they could have another Jace to kill me here. Do you have a Jace? It's the only thing that matters. No. Yeah, that's it. Okay, 4-1 again. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. It's my fault. I screwed up that first round, but we're just I feel like this deck is easy, a 5-0 deck easily. We can just grind these events. So hopefully we get the next one. I will see you there. Have a great week, everybody. Peace.